Hello everyone, welcome to PTE Reading Filling the Blanks Real Exam Question Series. This is 27th video in this series. It means that we have already discussed 26 highly repetitive and real exam questions which come in your PTE exams. And one thing I want to tell is this: in this series we discuss reading hacks so that you can clear your PTE reading, you can clear your PTE, especially if your target score is 79. First things first, now PT is accepted in UK for study visas as well as for Canadian visas. 90% of universities in Canada accept PT, and a new test which is PT Home has been started, and you can go for that if you're applying for spouse visa in UK. My name is Bhrat Brij and I have scored a perfect 90 in all the 10 skills of PT. Now a question which students generally ask is, sir, can we also score? The answer is big yes, because you need to follow the same tricks and tips which I am telling you over here to solve your reading blanks, and you can also score. And there are special strategies which we use for our speaking, writing and listening. And do not forget to subscribe to our channel because we post such informative videos on a daily basis. In PT reading, you have 32 to 41 minutes and it is not scored out of 90. We are going to see a snapshot of real PT reading just in the due course. And it has 5 question types, and the second last question type is reading filling the blanks, which is the topic of our video, and it carries 15 marks. So if you are getting 5 reading blanks, then it will be 3 marks each. And reading in total is of just 47. The reading module is just of 47 marks, and rest marks you get from speaking, from writing and listening, and you can see the total 90 for reading over here. And this is today's topic. As usual, I'm going to give you 30 seconds to go through this and then we will start discussing it. Okay, so first thing what we do is we skim it. We skim it for tone to know whether it's a positive tone, negative tone, neutral one, or academic tone. And second thing we look for is tense, which tense is being used, present, past, or future tense, and then to understand the gist, what it is all about. Okay, so let's get started. There is a growing evidence that the melting season for summer ice in Antarctic Peninsula is becoming longer, according to British team whose number have been something participants. In change investigations, they have something new research. Okay, the research, it has found that length of summer period has increased, melting of ice cap something potential to something rise in sea levels. This would have something affects globally. A longer melting season strongly implies amount of ice melts. Thus, this new research calls for something implications of global warming to be carefully. So this is talking about global warming and its impacts or effects, and we are talking about a research team and their research. Okay, and and now let's see the parts of speech, because having knowledge of parts of speech for your blanks is very important, so you know that which one is what, and then we can easily fill. We are going to see this. So adverse is your adjective, like we say adverse impact, adverse effects. Vast improvement, vast area is again your adjective. Has, you know that it's a verb. Make, you know that it's a verb. Necessary is your adjective. Significant number is an adjective. Wider range is an adjective. Provide is your verb. Considered, is it verb or it is considered legal? What it is, we are going to see it, but more or less it is adjective. I know students will say, sir, it's having ed form. We are going to see how it can be used as adjective. Undertaken, it's a verb, past tense of undertake. Active, active role, active people, so it's an adjective. We know that which ones are adjectives and which ones are verbs now. Okay, and one thing I want to add is that PTE always gives you 3 additional blanks than the number of options. So if we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the total number of options are going to be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. So 8 are the right answers, 3 will be incorrect. So the total number of options which we have got is 11. So now let's get started with filling the first option. There is a growing evidence that the melting season blah 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 have been something participants. Now you know, to solve your reading you need to have hold of grammar, and we discuss the tricks, the tips to ace grammar which are required for your reading, filling the blanks. So participants is your noun, and what generally comes before noun is adjectives. Okay, so we are now going to use process of elimination, which is our best friend forever. What we do is we eliminate the wrong options and then we are left with the right options. So first, you know that you have to fill adjectives. So what I'm going to do is I'm simply removing the verbs which were here. Now what we are going to do is we can put one by one the blanks in our mind, or you can speak a little bit louder in the paper and then see how it feels. Your brain, or if you have practiced enough, your brain tells you yes, it makes sense, you have heard this word or you haven't heard these words. So adverse participants doesn't make sense. The connotation of adverse is negative, so it cannot be, because they have been actively doing role research. So we are going to see vast participants. What is vast? Vast means great extent of or quantity. You may say yes, but we do not say there have been vast participants in the study. We do not say that. Okay. Necessary, there is nothing necessity over here, so we are going to eliminate. Significant participants doesn't make sense. Wider, wider means range of participants doesn't make sense. Considered participants, you will ignore it. Undertaken is verb, so that is eliminated. And active, yes, there is a collocation which means active participant. So what we are going to do is we are going to put up active over here. Means that the research which they are doing, they are doing active, means they are involved quite often and they are doing good amount of work. So we are going to put active over here, and now we are going to move forward. They have taken something like this, new research involving analysis of data. So now I have given you a hint. They have, maybe you will say done, a new research suggested, the collocations which we use in IELTS a lot. What I want to say is this, that you have to think what can come over here. So it will be your research which has been done, carried out, taken. So which synonym we have? We have very good synonym which is related to it, which is undertaken, and we are quickly going to fill this. They have done or undertaken new research, and all the rest of the ones won't be filling up, so I'm not going to waste time to tell you that. So we have seen that it's the research is undertaken. Okay, now moving to the third blank. This is quite an interesting one because it has 3 blanks in a short gap. So what I'm going to do is maybe I'm going to solve them at once, or let's see how it works out. Melting of ice caps, something, the potential to something, or something contribution. And you know, using our grammar rules, contribution is your noun. And what comes generally before noun is an adjective. And to, that's why you need to have knowledge of grammar. What you have to eat, to sleep, to drink, to watch. You have a verb over here, right? This one is still confusing. We will see what to put over here. But what we can do is let's start filling up the verb. So remember which verbs we had. We have this one as a verb, this one as a verb, and provide as a verb. Okay. And adjectives over here, we have rest of them as adjectives. So let's start with the adjectives, which is contribution. Considered contribution doesn't make sense. Wider contribution, no. It is not talking about a range of contribution, right? What does wider means? Wider means it is more or less related to a number, like of a great variety of things, something like this. No, contribution cannot be of great variety. Okay, significant contribution, this is a collocation also. So let's shortlist this one for now, which can be put up over here, which is significant contribution. Necessary contribution, no, it doesn't make sense that a contribution need not to be a necessary one. and then adverse is the connotation is negative, so we are going to eliminate this. Necessary contributions, how you can say the contribution can be necessary. So that's why what we have done is we will put up significant over here. Now let's come over here so that we understand something. Melting of ice caps, the potential to do something, a significant contribution. Okay, so provide, will the melting of ice caps provide a significant contribution? No, this is a very negative effect which is having. Melting of ice caps is not a good thing. Okay, to make a significant contribution, yes, that is a collocation also, right? So make a contribution. Okay, so you need to be aware with the collocations part, and we have an exhaustive list which we give to our students. We have a course on collocations also which we give to our students. So it will be make a significant contribution. Okay, so you have solved two blanks over here. You know, over here you are putting up make and you are putting up over here significant, and now I'm going to remove these so that it becomes clear. The clutter gets removed, and now we have to fill melting of ice caps, something the potential to make. You know that from what we can do is we can fill the words one by one. Melting of ice caps, vast the potential, doesn't make sense. Has the potential, yes, a lot of sense. Necessary the potential, no. Wider the potential, no. Provide the potential, you may say, but it should have been provides the potential, then we would have seen, but it's provide, so it will be used with a plural one, so it cannot be over here. We are talking about singular thing, contribution we are talking about. So over here your knowledge of subject verb agreement comes up, and it is important that you understand these concepts. Considered the potential, no, it cannot be, right? So what we have done is we have solved this. Over here has will be here, so we are putting up has over here. Now we are going to put up make over here, like melting of ice caps has the potential to make a significant contribution. Okay, now let's see the next blank. This would have affects globally. Affect is a negative term. Okay, and you know affects is a noun, so it's going to have something over here as an adjective. So I am removing or eliminating using a process of elimination verb. So whatever is left we are going to see, and now I have given you a beautiful hint that it is, I'm talking about negative things. So which one has the connotation of negative? Adverse. What does adverse means? Adverse means harmful effects. Okay, so effects are harmful, and you know that melting of ice is going to have harmful effects. So we are going to put up like this. So this would have adverse effects globally. So we are going to put adverse over here, but let's see if we have other blanks which make sense. Necessary effects doesn't make sense. Wider effects, no. Considered effects, no. So adverse effects is a collocation also. Okay, so we are going to put up over here adverse. And now let's see the next blank. This new research calls for something implications of global warming to be carefully something. Now we are going to solve these two blanks together also. The reason they are in one line. Let's make things little bit simple first. Carefully is your, what is this? Adverb, and generally adverb modifies a verb, and adverb is placed before a verb. Again, a grammar rule. So that's why, guys, grammar, to crack your PTE reading, you need to know the grammar rules which we teach to our students. So implications of global warming to be carefully something. Okay, and now you know you are going to fill verb over here. So what verbs we are left with? Considered. Okay, right? I said it's an adjective, it's a verb because it's used as adjective as well as verb. So now over here you will consider this as a verb, and you are left with provide. Provide you are left with, but we always say carefully considered. Another collocation, and it's a verb. Provided, if it was provided we would have seen, but it's not provided, so we are going to eliminate it, and we are going to put it over here considered. Okay, and this new research calls for some implications of global warming. Now, what are implications? Implications means that the conclusions that can be drawn from the research, right? So the conclusions which can be drawn from this research, and will be a range or a variety of conclusions, variety of implications. So what synonym we have for variety over here. We have, you may say vast also, but vast is related to area, means vast area. Okay, so we are not going to take vast necessary implications. That is not a necessity. We are just left with one blank, which is wider. Why I'm saying left with one blank? Because implications is a noun and we have to put up over here adjective. So we are not considering provide, which is a verb, and we have already used considered over here. So let's see what we have done is we have put up wider over here for implications and carefully considered. Now let's see if all the blanks are correct or not. Yes, all the blanks are correct. So you see how important your grammar knowledge is to crack PTE reading, and we coach our students, we tell them these tips, tricks, rules which we had seen over here: subject verb agreement, parts of speech, how to find out adverbs, how to spot nouns, how to understand if adjectives will come or not, because they are going to help you a lot in cracking your reading or in filling your reading, filling the blanks. And just remember, guys, you have just 2 or 2.5 minutes to solve your reading filling the blank. You cannot spend more than this time. So in first 30 to 60 seconds, you are going to skim the content. In the next 90 to 120 seconds, you are going to look for clues. You can find pointers or do process of elimination as we have done today. And all the strategies which we teach are validated and proven strategies. The proof is in the ticker below, where you can see the scores of our students, as well as these are some recent success stories where our students have scored overall 90 also. This is our WhatsApp number, 8699121121. You can contact us if you want to take online coaching or if you have any doubts or questions regarding PTE. And do not forget to subscribe to our channel because we post such informative videos on a daily basis. We give wings to your dreams.